These walls can talk. Open your mind and listen.
Trailing down these hollow halls, can you hear me? Staring down these story walls, can you see me?
Hey, there's one of you watching.
Wow.
So, like, since there's only one of you watching, we're just going to
talk.
We're just gonna
directly
talk
to you.
directly to you.
To you.
Who are you?
What do you want?
I feel like we're under the microscope here right now on our own damn podcast. There's
Very
one
judged.
person out there that's judging us right now. We're waiting. Okay.
What a rude start for us. Like, what do you want?
What a great shot for our number 20 podcast and first of the new year. We have another body out there watching. That's good.
Oh my
Glad to see.
gosh.
Oh, it's
Who
two.
are you?
Pretty soon there's going to be a Who Are You?
Oh my god.
Okay. So I'm Dave. We all know who I am because I yap on all these podcasts. And this is Sydney. She was my co-host in the past, but then she dogged it for a bunch of
Yeah,
months
I
and
had
didn't want to be here, much like her time with the team.
Yeah, and then I got bored, so here I am.
So now she's back. Oh, only one person. I guess
Oh,
that
no.
person hung up.
They didn't like me.
So
They're like, oh, Sydney's back.
Happy New Year's to everybody, and hope you all had a good Christmas. I had lots of CHAPS oriented stuff for Christmas.
I
Sandy
saw
got
that
me
on
this
Facebook, yeah.
monogrammed hat and a
I
monogrammed
like it.
work jacket, which I really like.
Mm-hmm.
Yada, 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 yada. And I bought some new equipment. Of course, I spent money rather than got it. And, that's the way it goes. So we're here for a podcast. All right. So I would love it if you, hey, how you doing there? That's
You're back.
Flavio. He's from up just north of Toronto, and it follows all of our
Toronto
podcasts.
Fire.
Follows all of our, it's his stripper.
Mine's Flame Wilson because it's the first name of your pet, your first pet's name plus the street you live on. My first pet's name was Flame, and the street I live on is Wilson.
So mine's Kipper Rosalind.
That's horrible.
Kipper Rosalind? I never want to see me as a stripper, period. But
No,
Kipper Rosalind to me sounds like an accountant's name. I
Oh my
don't know
gosh.
how we already got off
Or
on
like
that
a
one
plumbing
here.
company.
So we figured we'd discuss some things here, some elephants in the room, and we're going to have a kind of a culmination of everything. Sydney and I have been wishing back and forth on things to talk about. Hey, Tyler. On things to yap about. One of the things I think that a lot of people want me to talk about is about the TV shows, what we think is good, what we think sucks, or things that have changed. And I compare it to CHAPS because we've got a couple hundred videos too, so we could talk about production. Obviously, beforehand we'll state a bias, right? We're a TAPS family, so we do meet with the guys from TAPS. Yearly at a resort and all that lot for a couple days. But that doesn't mean that our opinions
No, you still have our own
change,
opinions.
right? Like frankly, for you, I may be associated with the Ghost Hunters show, but I actually haven't watched Ghost Hunters in a couple of years.
No.
Yeah,
I don't
sometimes.
even know what channel it's on anymore.
No, it's different up in Canada, right?
Yeah.
And nothing, if anything, the fact that it's almost like what they do is pretty similar to what we do, so it's kind of like watching our own shit.
Yeah.
So, look at the viewers are going down. Sydney, stop it.
No.
There's only 4 of you watching here. I'm going to have to take a picture for Instagram on that. You know what? Because 4 people. This is going to be a record, and I got to figure out how to use it. Shit.
You just had it.
I know I didn't. I had Instagram up, but I didn't have.
You can take photos from Instagram.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm not tech lead on our team.
Like put it up like record low.
I'm just one of the opinionated people on our team.
We went up to 5.
We went up to
5 people.
Good, 5
Hello.
new people. Keep talking. Okay, so TV shows. What show do you? What's your if you're going to sit down for a go-to show, and then tell me a show that you just you can't watch.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a show that got you involved in what we do.
Okay, the one that got me involved was Paranormal State. I thought that was the coolest thing because I was like 14 years old and I don't know, it was just the best. But the one like I'll sit down and actually watch is probably Paranormal Lockdown.
Okay. And is there one that just like it's just
like I can't watch it?
Yeah.
What was that one with the ghost mine or whatever?
Oh, Ghost Mine.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
That was painful.
That was trite. It was funny because ironic story about that. Years ago, every paranormal team that has a number of videos online gets approached by a production company.
Yeah.
Send us your stuff, yada yada yada, right? And we all think we're going to become stars, right?
Yeah.
We're not. It's never going to happen, not to any of you. But I was talking on the phone with this guy from LA, and he was saying, "Well, what's your opinion of Ghost Mine?"
Oh no.
So I said, "I don't know. I think it's the biggest piece of tripe that's on TV right now." I said, "It's crap." Oh, that's one of the shows I'm producing.
No. And you just like hung up.
Oh, there you go. So I guess we got shot there. We were working on that one for a couple months too. Yeah, see ya. So one of the bad things about being involved with the world of paranormal is having an opinion, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, that's the bad thing about this time in general.
Yeah, it's a funny time. I mean, paranormal shows were huge at one time, and now they're kind of not.
Yeah.
You know what got me into it was actually my martial arts instructor that got me involved. I was investigating in my early 20s, but
if there was a show,
that I actually watched, honestly,
sets me on fire.
Two of them. MTV's Fear, which was one of the first reality-based ones where they put you alone in a room with a face cam there.
Yeah.
Those cool harness things. You go into this room and you must tie 10 knots and then speak out the ghostly spirit. And you have to do it for 5 minutes, and you got back to your safe spot. I thought it was a great show. I'm trying to find it. Of course, streaming services suck, so I can't.
I'm sure YouTube could do something.
I could try. Thanks. I've looked all over, but since you just came up with that, you're just fantastic. Thanks.
Yeah.
Take it to a millennial. Most haunted, I gotta admit, I kind of like the chroma key, the green backlit.
Yeah.
Was like, oh my god, cool, they're going through castles. Yvette Fielding drove me insane when they're screaming.
I think that's what people like, though. They like a little drama.
Yeah. I of course like Ghost Hunters because they had kind of a framework and they debunked, and I appreciated that.
Yeah. And they used to like in between segments like talk about the equipment they were using and stuff. Remember that? They had like that black backdrop with like their TAPS logo. Yeah. And then they'd be like on a stool like, this is this and this is what it does, and it would like cut back. Yeah. Yeah, and that was cool because it was a learning audience. Yeah. And I will admit that Ghost Adventurers back at hey there you go, Ron. Sorry, I'm gonna try to keep up with the screen while I'm Don't
doing.
Acknowledge them.
I won't acknowledge you. Screw you. Ghost Adventurers, when Ghost Adventurers first started, and they had the who's messaging me? Oh, I have to check. When they had the sequestered thing. Yeah. Like we're locked in a house, we've all got like handy cams, and that's it. I like that.
And they all wore those shirts, like the short sleeve button down shirts. Back in the day.
I actually.
Don't you remember that? I don't know. They all dressed like a guy on vacation.
Did you look at me? This is my extension of
but they all
fashion.
looked like an old golfer on vacation. That's how they dressed back in the day.
Did they?
Yeah.
I never noticed their clothing.
No, they're all like black and like serious. You know.
Oh, I can appreciate that. Okay. So, okay. So then you didn't see them passing wind on camera, and not like me.
No, they weren't that fun.
Oh, good. So. This is kind of bringing us back to a certain topic, which was brought up on our fan page. That I have to declare the way things change. Okay, certain shows like Ghost Adventurers Crew. For anybody who's my fan, I hate that effing show because it sets a tone as to what we do. Honestly, there's like nothing on that show people actually use in any form of reputable investigation. No, to not step back, it's because things change. Somebody had made a comment that somebody didn't care. alluded, it was Jason Hawes said they didn't care about what goes on now. And I don't think that's the fact.
No,
I'm
not
not saying because I know Jason. I'm saying it because let's take a look at the entomology of ghost hunters.
Mm-hmm.
First couple seasons, they were based out of a trailer.
Yeah.
And they were doing homes in the occasional place, lots of debunking, and you got to show things on TV. And like you were just saying, oh, this is what this is. This is a night thermal camera. And then, unfortunately, things over the years have to change. A crowd changes. People that watch your show changes. They want to see some drama.
And you're not in control.
No, well, I mean, he's the
production
executive.
behind you.
Now, I know for a little while it might have been different, but he became an executive producer, so he did have
But you
final
still
say.
have like 7 people over top of you.
But you're like in the end, you're running a show.
Yeah.
And like even if it's off the cuff and not everybody's just ad hoc saying as it happens, you're on a show.
Yeah.
Because you're part of my team. I've even said it. Don't be afraid to react to something if you actually have it, because after doing a couple hundred investigations, you're sitting in a room with nothing going on. All of a sudden you hear behind you. By the way, that was my FLIR I just dropped on the table. That was stupid. Anyway, you do that, and everybody after so many years, you go.
Yeah, you just.
You look at it. So
that
I'm like,
wall fell down.
But the person that's watching our video on YouTube is like, well, that's kind of lame, right? So I say to my team, and I've said to myself, hey, react to something. Don't make it up, but react. And so shows have had to do it. And I think the thing is Ghost Hunters kept it pretty level.
Mm-hmm.
So the drama factor wasn't there. They also went through some staffing changes. I mean, Grant left the show.
Yeah.
Big factor there.
Yeah, because they all had like their little groups of 2 that they worked with.
Right. You had Steve and Tango, and that was magical. And to say that Jace doesn't care, I don't think that's a fact at all. Because now he's got to try and rework all that, and then
I think priorities changed too.
Amy and Adam, and then there was a whole shitstorm online, and then they got their own show. Like, it was just. It's a mess. It's such a drama-based business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Toronto Fire, this is Sydney. Sydney has been with CHAPS for about 9 years. She used to be behind the camera all the time. And now she's generally behind the camera all the time.
Yeah.
This is the only time Sydney ever talks, so consider it amazing.
Yeah, I'm mute.
She is mute.
9 days out of the week.
Which is perfect that you were behind the camera. Because we've had some people behind the camera, it's like, shh.
Just get the duct tape and you're like,
quiet. I have a certain way I like things. So anyway, TV shows, the way TV shows go. Same as GAC was that way.
Yeah.
And then GAC turned into this really weird show. And everything seems to be based out of his museum now.
It's like what happened on Paranormal State. You know how it just all of a sudden focused on
Ryan and his little
demons?
spirit following him around?
And now it all focuses on Zach and the demon.
Which is nuts.
That's following him.
Ryan, okay, I've talked to Ryan. He's a very nice guy. And he cares very deeply about what he does. They all care. I'm sure Zach Baggins cares.
100%.
100%.
Doing it.
But you got to realize that a show is a show, and when a show gets boring or mundane.
I wonder what he'd be like if you just literally stripped all that away and you just had him in a room.
Like with having a beer?
Yeah.
I wonder
if he'd be like any different.
I see the unfortunate thing that's happening to Lockdown. So going back to shows, I really like Lockdown.
Yeah.
The first 2 seasons of Lockdown I really enjoyed because they went back to the sequestered thing.
Yeah.
Just
and
the 2 of them
in their off time, like when they were like waking up and like they exercised in one.
And now, unfortunately, Ronnie's got that 100% now. Now it's all the toys.
Yeah.
Look, anything that comes from Huff or anything like that, a box that makes for noises, we love them. You look at that, you go, wow, it's $1,600. I wonder if we should get one of those, right? Because it makes voices sound really cool. And then you wait a few weeks, and you're like, I'm not spending $1,600 on it.
No.
Because
or you do, and then you're like, oh, this is what I got.
Well, we've fallen trapped to it. Almost every paranormal team has. Look, we do it as a guys. I'll say, like, look, I'll tell you what. I've had things built for me that I am like Connect.
Yeah.
I'm still using the Connect because the one day I finally see something that tells me that's evidence. But when I'm out there and I'm watching every fucking team online doing, look over here at this table. Oh, that's a little girl and she's talking to me. It's just really weird that girl is in the shape of a fucking table.
Yeah.
It's a table.
Or a
Or a
lamp.
beer keg. Or a lamp. Or an edge of a door. And have you ever noticed that they just stay there like this?
It's just wiggle.
Well, look. It's waving. Look, it's waving.
Oh, he only has one leg. It's a one-legged ghost.
Guys, it's bullshit. Until you see, like, if I'm a spirit and I get caught on Connect, I'm getting up in front of the camera. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
hey, I'm going to walk over here.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to walk over here. Now I'm going to pick up something. Now I'm going to drop my pants. Can I be naked in the afterworld, or I'm just a stick man?
Oh, good question.
Yeah, it's going to be all amazing questions that we're going to answer.
We
Never.
are.
I don't know if we're ever going to answer it. But
We're going to die right now
We're
because
gonna-
we're going to come back.
I've got to find this crap out. So I don't even know if it works. Well, it does work. It works for what it's supposed to do, which is
Yeah.
to figure objects, right? We're digressing.
I don't even know what
TV
we're
shows
talking
using these things. Back to TV shows.
about.
Okay, so the history of TV. Shit, this is my podcast.
Okay.
And what's weird too, guys, is that we're on opposite sides as to what.
Yeah, the camera's flipped. It's
I wish
screwing
we
over.
could pull the camera and show us in the camera.
That doesn't make
That doesn't make any sense, but
The room's reversed.
the room is reversed.
Nobody cares.
Right, nobody gives a shit. So anyway, to the TV shows, they do care, but the TV shows are what they are. They're television shows.
Yeah,
Ghost.
they're getting
Look,
paid
I'll tell you
to
what.
make that.
I enjoy Ghost Brothers.
Yeah.
I really like Ghost
Oh,
Brothers.
that's true.
I don't watch Ghost Brothers for their technique.
No.
Okay, their technique is like as like year one team technique as it
Yeah.
gets. Which is not a knock on year one teams, because we were a year one team and we had to do all that crap too. But they're funny. And there's a
Yes.
lot of personality going on
Mhm.
there, and they get into like the fucking interracial humor back and forth with each other. And
Yeah.
it's
It's
a
good.
good, relaxed, fun
Mhm.
show.
Yeah, really
Lockdown, I like because I haven't seen this new season yet, but
No.
like it's a little bit of drama. But Nick is a very affable guy.
And what's the girl's
Christina
name? Yeah,
Weidman.
I liked her.
They get a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Paranormal State, yeah,
She was. I'm just saying she was from it.
she was right.
Yeah.
Right. Ghost Hunters, I still love the guys.
Yeah.
I think that they needed to jig with the mix. Like, I know when they broke up Steve and Tango,
Oh yeah, that ruined.
that was
Ruined.
a great mix.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Jay and Grant, right? I mean, like, it was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not to knock Jay and Steve, because they're both incredible investigators, but I think
Yeah, there was just like the
Steve and
friendship
Tango
between them. Yeah.
was, because they
made it better.
prodded each other. They
Mhm.
dared each other, you
Yeah.
know? They picked on each other, and it was fun to watch.
Mhm. Maybe
Um,
we should do that more.
It's still, I think we should. And honestly,
More bullying.
no, but
is what
over
it's
the
gonna-
last year or two, people get on us about, you're not serious enough, or you're not being devoted enough to this or this. And you know what? They dried for us, and it became a little less fun. It's been a really, really tough 24 months for our team, because we've had some really serious health issues happen on our team.
Yeah.
Myself included, right? I haven't been on an investigation in 6 months. But yeah, we used to get out there and pick on each other. And so
Mhm.
every team kind of goes through this metamorphosis. TV shows are not immune to that.
No.
They have to grow into a certain way, and then that's what ends up happening. For the record, I don't watch a lot of that stuff. Is there a new show? Is there anything new?
I don't think so.
I think Gak's just all over the damn place, which is such a shame. Like Sandy and I went to Las Vegas, and we stayed like a couple blocks away from his museum.
Oh,
It's
it's
like-
expensive.
It's like $60 US to get into
You
that.
have to sign a full waiver.
Yeah, and
if you die, like,
You
I
don't
read
get to
about
walk
this.
around it. You get a tour around it.
Mhm.
No, I'm not doing that.
No, it'd be cool to go if you could just go, but
It
I
is
don't
what
want
it is.
the produced.
No, I don't want to produce nothing.
No.
That's why we like to do, we don't do public investigations. We've done publics at Rolling Hills twice now, and that's a shitstorm.
Mm-hmm. We
The-
did one at the Picton too. The
Yeah.
first one.
Oh yeah, that was yeah, and everybody, unfortunately, what they do is they all come with all their gear.
Everybody's
it's
so
like,
serious.
We're all
Mhm.
team. Look at us. You go down to quadrant A, B, and take a thermonuclear reading of the wall chip. And shut up.
Yeah, the
you know?
wall chips are very haunted.
The wall
there.
chips are hugely haunted at Picton. Honestly, if you take a look at a team, when we go out there, half the time you're
Mhm.
outside having a smoke or a coffee, passing gas.
It's my favorite part.
Honestly, I think the last video that we did at Picton, we did an investigation there 6 months ago.
Yeah.
We didn't make a video of it.
We went. Did you
It
go?
was midsummer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't 6 months ago. Oh, it's January. I don't know where I am.
You're a millennial. You don't care where you are. The honestly, we couldn't make a video that night. Do you know why? Because when I watch the video, what happens is after we do a investigation, we have like say 6 hours of video to shred down, and I'm like, we spent so much time making fart jokes, picking on each other, and we were just hanging out, really.
Yeah.
We've done the place like 7 times, so it was like, we can't make a video out of this because there's nothing professional about it. And I thought to myself,
You could do like a vlog style
Yeah.
video, though. Just like, here are some fun clips from investigation.
well, that'd be lots of fun clips,
Yeah.
which is okay because we have gag reels that we put out every year, and that's the best time. So what's happening is like a lot of these teams, TV as well, kind of the pendulum goes one way. Either they get too serious or they get stupid like that. So that kind of leans us into things. Oh, yes. As I've showed before, this is... You can't even see it. There it is. Can you see it now?
It's a list.
It's a list.
This is my blank sheet of paper.
Blank sheet of paper. You can't see
I
it because of the
can't do
screen.
anything without it.
Basically, it's just a scratch list, and I do that every show.
Heather said Sightings was a good show. Do you know that one?
It wasn't that good of a show, Tyler. I'm going to look it up.
Hold on, we're gonna go watch an episode. We'll be back.
Yeah. Stop stream. Going into now ups and downs, and this is what happens on TV shows. When we first started, all we did was resis, right? And graveyards and shit. Like, actually, we never really got into graveyards because it's too mitigating, but we did residentials 90% of the time. And we started to get into big places. You're like, oh, look at that, man. We're doing a museum. We're doing a courthouse theater. Blah, blah,
That's
blah.
exactly what we did.
Yeah, that's exactly what we did. We'd walk in, look at that, and it was great. So you got the feather in the hat. Now, it's funny, for a while we were doing like 3 road trips to the States a year, because Canada sucks, by the way, when it comes to cool sites to do.
Yeah, they don't want you in there.
They don't want you there. In the States, however, they do. So, oh, you're back now? Oh, okay, Ron, we can start the show again. We had stopped the whole show, thank God. Welcome to CHAPS DarkSide. So we were doing like 3 trips to the States a year, which got like, God damn, that is taxing on the body. But we did some great places, like Ashmore, and that lots were fantastic. And some of the hosts, like some of our hosts are really great.
Yeah.
Some places were a real letdown. Like you hype yourself up to do it, and you see everybody online. And like, look, I follow Instagram and lots of teams, and they're like, "Hey, well, today we're going to do the blah 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 place," and I'm like, "Man, this really sucked."
Yeah.
And
You guys hyped up Moundsville for me, and then nothing happened. I was so disappointed.
really,
Yeah. Because the first time you guys went, I
you
didn't
realize
go.
you just made an enemy of every team, every person in this
I
team.
wanted it to be so good, but when I think I'm cursed because nothing happens when I'm around. But nothing happened when I went to Moundsville.
That's what happened to our team over the last couple of years. You ruined it.
I ruined it. All right.
Thanks. That's why I
Been
started.
nice.
So now this factors back into the television show, right? Because they had bigger and bigger and bigger places. They're doing the Stanley and then this and that, and nobody wants to see them go back and doing a house.
No.
So now it's like when we do a house, it's a really weird paradox. It's like I want to do houses, and I want to do sites, but when I go to do the site, the hype for it's huge. The wine, like to get to do it, and paying for it, and the travel to it,
So much.
kicks the shit out of you. And then when you do a house, it's like, but that's what you really want to do. So you get to a really weird midpoint where it's like I gotta find this hook again. And everybody goes through this. Anybody out there who runs a paranormal team goes, no, every single house I do is just as important as the last. Bullshit.
I mean, it's important. It's important.
It's
to get
always
that for
important. We're
everybody.
going to do what's
But it
adapted for
doesn't
the
always
client.
feel-
But you got to get that.
Yeah.
Every investigator will go through that time where it's like, I just want to have that feeling again of not having to have process. Which is why I've dumbed down a lot of our investigations now. Like, I swear to God, I throw all of our equipment into a shoulder bag. You know, we show up, hey, and they're expecting a production crew in we actually have more fun
Yeah.
with less crap.
Because you're less focused on the crap.
Were you at Hillview?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so that particular investigation, which I kind of want to go back to,
I think it would be cool to go.
so do I.
Because we went with only a few people.
It was only 6 or 7 of us.
Yeah.
But I had that damn production camera I bought, which cost me like $3,000.
Yeah.
And I spent the whole damn night setting this stupid camera up. So I didn't really enjoy the investigation at all. And then when we had big investigations where there was like 25 people, we've mixed teams together, it's like I'm spending the whole night, okay, is Team A here? Okay, let's go Team A, quit switch. And then, well, I wasn't in this area long enough. I didn't get this feeling. And I'm in a terrible team. Man, it sucks. So this time around, when we're doing a road trip now they're doing road trips where there's like 8 of us. And it's back to kind of, like, I wasn't at Wildwood.
Me neither.
No, I wasn't healthy enough to go. But the video was awesome.
Yeah.
And they had a great time, and that's good. So I wanna get back to that, and like so talking about sites. So everybody on the Instagram, look, we're going here. Like a lot of people are making big deals about Hinsdale House, and that's related to Wildwood. They're like the same owners.
Okay.
But like I see like there's teams of like 15 people that want to go, and I'm thinking like, frick, it's like a 3-bedroom farmhouse. What the hell are you gonna do?
You're gonna hold hands.
I don't want to go in the site. It's summertime, but I'm thinking it's summertime in a place with no air conditioning. That's old guy talking. Want that? But then it all becomes about the photo shoot outside, which we've been through. What was of all the sites that we've done? What was the biggest letdown? Give me the 2 biggest letdowns.
Okay.
And the 2 biggest that was cool.
Moundsville let down. Sorry to everybody who had a great time last time. The ghosts were not out for me.
It's a cool location though.
Yeah. What's the big prison that we did? The Shawshank.
Shawshank, yeah.
That was kind of a letdown. I feel like
Mansfield State, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we just marched through the building and nothing happened.
Yeah.
No, we gotta pick good ones.
Oh my God, look at you. Nothing's good. Yeah, I know you're always behind.
I like the one we were just talking about where you were setting up the production camera.
Hillview.
Hillview. I like that.
Yeah, I like Hillview. Hillview is pretty good.
What else? Ashmore. I like that.
Yeah. 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 I'll say that. Ashmore is surprisingly smaller than what you would think, but you can get a lot done there.
Yeah, we got some really cool things that happened. Sandy had some good experiences there.
Yeah. I think one of the greatest things about Ashmore too, like we're going to do another commercial for Ashmore. Robin Terry, owner of Ashmore, like he's so nice.
Yeah.
Like if you're an investigative team, and this is my piece of advice for any of you out there, make the drive to Illinois. Go to Ashmore Estates. Spend the weekend there. Go for 2 days.
Yeah. Because you can stay on site. There's a kitchen. There's like a bathroom you can shower in and stuff.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah, you don't have to be.
There's like equipment room. Yeah. He's got all the wires run through the building, so you take the DVR, hook it up. It's already done. And he's got cabins that are air conditioned with TVs and ceiling fans and a barbecue pit and a barbecue and probably still $100 for the wood that we left behind.
Yeah.
And it's really out in the middle of nothing. So there's nobody bothering.
Yeah, there's like a farm across the road, but it's like far enough away that there's nobody bothers you.
Really, definitely one of my top 5 places. Go to Ashmore. I mean, it'll run you $1,500 for the weekend, but you're investigating for 48 hours.
Yeah, you can
and
go
you know what?
Anytime.
Our results were in the daytime. All of our results, most of them anyway.
Yeah, that's what he said would happen, wasn't it?
And he backs up all his claims. Like this is what I hate. This is what I hate about sites. They all have the same claim.
Yeah.
Every medical facility, hospital, nurse was raped. She was pregnant.
Yep.
Hung herself. Doctor jumped out of the window. There's a tall, thin man.
Yep. There's an architect.
There's an architect.
A janitor.
A janitor, like a grumpy janitor that lays around the boiler room, which was Hillview too. I mean, although we did have a freaky experience in that boiler room. So everywhere has the same claim. All right. So when you go to see any of these sites, they all say the same thing.
And there's always a child for some reason.
Oh yeah, always a child. Yeah. However, at Ashmore, he had the old newspaper clippings, and
If you can back it up.
If you can back it up, that's great. And you know what? Our evidence on 2 separate visits were concurrent with that. So Ashmore gets a big plug. I love Brownsville.
I wanted to. I'd like to go back one day.
I'd like to go back. It's like $1,000 US. So, and the problem is once a place gets really popular, up goes the price, right?
Yeah,
so,
of course.
Maybe we'll go back, but it takes like 25 people to do
know.
it. And you could separate. Look at Brownsville. You could separate into like teams of 8
and you could
never see each other or hear anybody. It's quite a good place. Shawshank, I will agree with you. Mansfield didn't do a thing for me. It was very overproduced.
It was a cool place to walk around.
It's cool.
Remember we found like that little like upstairs room?
Yeah. Yeah, it was neat. We kind of went through the boards and it was like, what's this? It didn't look like it was on a regular route.
Yeah, and it was just like 3 of us. It was like me, you, and like Darren or someone that went up.
I was like, oh, what's this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was like a creepy little exploring. I like the exploring part.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I liked about the first couple times we went to Picton. Because the first time we had gone there, we hadn't even bothered to go to the gymnasium and stuff. All of a sudden, we're back there, like, oh, it's a whole new building. I actually do really enjoy Picton, but I think we have to be there at the perfect time because we're either there when it's freezing cold or boiling hot.
Or there's people camping there.
there. So, you know, Ashmore up there, down. Rolling Hills could be a great place. I'd like to do Rolling Hills if it was hours private, but it's like almost $2,000. Not worth it for me.
No. Fine, go somewhere else.
That being said, let's announce where we're going. You're not going though.
No. Announce where you're going.
Well, I don't know if I'm going. If I have,
neither of us are going. Let's not talk
what are we going to talk about?
Okay.
I'm going to show you a picture of where we secured for June. Watch the technical shit. Hold on. Wait.
Oh no. Ooh.
Okay. Oh no. There. Can anybody see that? I hope you can see that. That is a place called Madison Seminary. It's in Ohio, and we're headed there in June.
We're not, but somebody
is. You're not. I am. Oh, there's back to that. My wife normally sets this stuff up. I did this one all by myself.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm so good.
You're amazing.
Honestly, I'm an almost 50-year-old man who is
Me too.
Not good at too much.
I am also a 50-year-old man.
I sell bolts and nuts for a living in safety gear. Plug for HD Supply Profasco, by the way. Of sites, I was let down when it came to Rolling Hills only because both times Publix, everybody there with their machoisms, we're the best team. They all knew we were.
Yeah. Yeah,
they knew. No residentials necessarily let me down. A lot of great resis, except for when they invite you to their house, but they can't be bothered to tidy up their house.
I don't even care if it's immaculate. Just maybe pick the toast up off the floor.
Yeah. Remember that? Yeah, there was toast on the floor, and then
if I'm worried about getting my shoes dirty inside your house, then there's a problem.
And then the cat poop on the walls.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff.
Where's the litter box space?
If you're gonna have us come in, if you don't want to have us talk about you on a podcast, clean your house.
A little bit.
You're getting it for free.
Or at least acknowledge.
We're traveling for hours to come see you. And we're going to review everything and do hours of work. You can do an hour of work.
Yeah.
And tidy up your house. And not have 200 people there.
Yeah, yeah.
There have been,
It's hard when you have to put on a show.
You know what? Now, the cases that let me down, you were at the Albion. Or were you?
No, is that the one where he picked up the cameras?
Why are you never there when it was good?
I don't know.
So you really are what's destroyed this team.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, the Albion let me down because we did a 5-hour drive in winter weather to get there. And they said there was nobody staying at the hotel. And then somebody that was staying at the hotel buggered with our equipment. We caught it on DVR.
Oh, no.
So it all got wiped. So no matter what, at this point in time, sorry guys, there's no evidence we can use.
No, you can't trust it.
Yeah. So I wanted to do some redos, but I don't know if I want to take you to any of these places.
No, not if you want to have a good time. If you want a mediocre, shitty experience, I'll go.
All right. I had a pretty good time at Wildwood, and neither one of us were there.
Maybe we're the key to sadness.
You're the, oh Jesus, that's like a duo team.
We should get shirts made.
The key to sadness.
You can start a band. You play guitar,
Well,
right?
didn't you just sing a song before we got on here tonight?
Yeah, what did we say? I don't remember.
No, it was really cool though. It was like
the Doves Cry song, but I changed the words. I don't know.
to like streaming or something. Anyway, we digress. So going into other things. So investigating sites this year for CHAPS. I know that we're going to do at least the one road trip, and I think we're going to focus on some more local stuff. I've got a contact with the Whitby Courthouse Theater, so we're going to get in
I've
there.
heard good things about that.
Yeah, so it'd be nice to do something local.
Yeah, of course.
We got a local investigation next weekend in Oshawa. Yay!
Mhm.
And that's always good. Local stuff is always good. I want to get together with some other teams out there.
Mhm.
I've got, some people that are interested in getting some mentored work from us from
Ooh.
afar. Okay. Tubby, my cat's with us now.
Hello.
And then of course RLC Paranormal. Ron, you haven't had a chance.
No, I've never. I don't think I've ever met him.
Were you weren't at
Have I
last
met
picnic?
you? No, I was. Wait, what?
Ron, he came with his wife and 2 kids. His
Oh.
kids are investigators as well.
Oh!
Honestly, his kids are so professional about it.
Yeah. Those are good kids.
What?
Hello.
My cat is so needy. Oh, good God. I don't know. You know what? If anybody follows us on Instagram, one of my New Year's resolutions is to stop posting pictures of my cat and to do more stuff about the paranormal. Because
Oh,
it seems
look
like
at
Tubby
him.
seems to be,
He's so cute.
he seems to be everything. And he is a real time consumer is what he is.
He's
He
needy.
really is. He's a needy
So
cat.
needy.
He's 15 years old.
No, he's not.
He is 15.
He looks like he's 3. You look good for your age, bud.
I don't look like I'm almost 50. I look like I'm about 23.
Yeah, younger than me.
Younger than you. Okay, so last
We
topic.
disagree. Call you out on your bullshit.
Last topic we're going to discuss: gear.
Mm.
Underpaid, overpaid, underrated, overrated, whatever. And as you can see, I've got all these cases open. Would you like to do something with our team again, Tyler? Of course.
No.
Well, yeah, I would, because the only time I've had a chance to prep for paranormal. I'm sorry, you guys changed your name, didn't you? You're Ontario Paranormal Society now, right? Tops.
Okay, cool.
That's Tim Butterworth and crew. Tim and
That's
Jen.
a great name.
Jim and Jen Case and that.
Tim Butterworth.
It is a great name. It's a smooth name.
Yeah.
Tim Butterworth is like a DJ name.
Yes. Or like
Hello tonight, running the light side with Tim
Mm.
Butterworth.
like he's a late night radio host.
Yeah, he's not a daytime morning guy.
No,
You're not getting on the radio at
He's
6
too
a.m.
smooth.
It's traffic. It's Tim Butterworth. No.
Tonight.
That's like Kipper Rosalind here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He did the Angel Inn.
I remember you, Tyler. Yeah, I would like to. Do you know why? We did the Angel right about the apex of my sickness. Like when it got as bad as it could get,
Oh,
we were
yeah.
doing the Angel in, and I was in bed by 10:30, 11 or something.
no.
I
What was that place in
didn't eat
Mississauga
for
that we did?
days.
That hotel?
That was the Glen Erin.
Ah,
That was boring.
that was boring
That was like,
and weird.
did we stay there all day? We
Yeah,
did
we
stay there.
did.
We did stay there.
It was 4 of us in one room, remember?
Yeah, that was weird. It was
Mhm.
really, really quiet.
Very quiet. Like, I don't think there were actually anybody else in the hotel, but they're like, no, all of you in one room.
Yeah, the traffic sucked too. West End
Yeah.
traffic, Toronto sucks. So going into gear, let's talk about gear. See, now I want to move, and my stupid cat is in her lap and
That doesn't
won't
mean
move.
you can't move.
No, but it does, because you're okay. Now you have to wheel it. Now you're not even in the camera anymore. Okay, so let's talk about. So you're a new team and you want to get started. Okay. What do you need? Well, you need audio and you need video. That's it. You need video so that you can videotape yourself doing something. This is just a piece of advice for people. Do not film in the first person. Do not, take a video camera. I'll use one of our older ones. and do this. And like, okay, we're looking at something in the corner and we're all back behind the camera. Videotape the person. Have the person who's doing the talking videotape so that you can, if you hear like a whisper, you can look at the camera and go, look at the video footage and go, oh, no, he burped. That was him, right?
Also,
Okay.
it's more interesting to watch.
It's more interesting to watch than looking down a hallway.
At a wall, yeah.
This sucks. It really does. So, video cameras. We have on my team probably 14 of them. And until last year, believe it or not, we were using analog mini DV. Great. You can still buy it if you want it. They work great, but getting them switched over to a computer file is pretty hard. And we had digital. Yeah, this was our high-end camera forever, which is, I don't know. I bought this off of the guy that runs Capture, the other team.
Did you?
Yeah, I bought it off Kevin.
Nice.
So this is a hard drive camera, Sony hard drive. And Sony doesn't even make low-end cameras with night shot on them anymore because they realized they could make more money, which is why I ended up spending $3,000 on their production cameras, which, by the way, didn't have night vision, and I had to use a big light. And they sucked. So I sold them. I sold them to an offshore guy in Montreal, and I got paid twice what I paid for them. So I was pretty happy with that.
Offshore in Montreal?
A Montreal guy that sells offshore.
Oh.
He sends it over to like wet the
He
States.
just hangs out in a rowboat.
Yeah.
Off
So
the shore.
that's something that you need, and that's not overrated. Okay, that's something you need. Mind you, this year I decided that I was stupid.
I like that one.
Well, no, don't get me wrong. So we now have the Panasonic 4K.
She's a beaut.
It's a beautiful camera. It's got lots of do's and dads, and it's got one little camera on the side so we can film two people at once. That's kind of neat. However, like a lot of things that are expensive, we have really not actually figured out how to use all the doodads on this thing, and we're still using it pretty much exactly the same way we use the other camera. As if this is the one that if somebody drops it, I lose my mind. That was $1,500. All right, so for a handy cam, most people aren't in that kind of market. Yes, things you're absolutely going to need. These are made for me by Darren at Cops.
Shout out to Darren.
Shout out to Cops, Darren. They're great. Night vision. They're all great. Make sure to invest in batteries. That's great.
Batteries are handy.
Going over the stuff I think is great first, okay? Lots of tripods. Holy hell, tripods. DVR system is downstairs in the basement. It's a 150-pound setup. I'm not bringing it upstairs. I'm old, fat, and lazy. But you know what? It's needed. Depends on the case. I like my little action camera. It's cute. It's adorable.
It's a baby.
There it is. I can't. It's weird because I go left and it goes right. Okay, so it's our little GoPro. It's great. Do you know what? Kevin Davidson, formerly of CHAPS, now of Capture, really got me onto the whole start of an investigation, putting it on a
selfie stick.
Selfie stick. I'm walking around and doing an intro talk, and then I was doing it, and I get car talks. It's a great little camera. As a matter of fact, when Sandy and I go traveling, this is the video camera we bring. We went over to Europe, and it was great. You just pull it out of your pocket. It's
that's how you
it's
use
a great little camera. That's how you use it, guys. Let's see. What is expensive and not worth it, except for what everybody's into. FLIR. Yes, this is just the FLIR one. It's just the one that goes on your. No, it's not. That's just a cell phone.
That's a cell phone.
It's a cell phone.
This is a cell phone.
Okay, that's the FLIR. $400. It's a lot cheaper than the $20,000 you'll pay for the video camera one. Have we debunked the case on it? Nope. Have we caught anything on it? Nope. Have we got neat pictures?
Yeah.
Yep. That's it. One of the things about FLIR is that you have to be a trained technician to understand it before you get false positives.
Yeah.
I've taught one-on-ones where we thought it was something like, oh, it's a ghost, and you realize it's actually your reflection against the acrylic surface. So be really, really careful with FLIR.
Yeah, it's hard.
But it's good if somebody tells us that they're getting cold breezes and stuff, and they're feeling a cold breeze at night. Well,
and then you realize their window's open.
Yeah, or they've got a leak in their wall.
Yeah.
Radios, good for large locations. Everybody's like, cameras, I got to get myself an expensive camera. Okay, so
You Yeah, not just Dave. It's me.
That's John Buffum.
It's like, oh, thank God it's not just Dave.
Here's my little Canon point and shoot. Get a point and shoot. Don't
The camera.
get a camera. This is what our team calls a camera. A camera is a video camera. This is a camera.
That's how we
If you've
mistake
been on an
stuff.
investigation with us, we'll say, get the camera.
'Cause we're all stupid.
I went and I was at a flea market, and I saw this, and it wouldn't take pictures, and I realized that there was corroded batteries in it. So I told the guy, I said, your battery transducer is broken, but I'll give you $20 for it. So then I got it for $20. At that point in time, this was actually a really expensive camera. You don't need an expensive camera. Little point and shoot. That's all you need. Okay?
He's watching the podcast. He's like, shit.
I could have made so much more money on him. He lied to me. I'm a paranormal investigator. I'm a liar.
Oh, I didn't know those two things
That's
went
the way it
hand in
goes.
hand.
That's the way it goes. So cameras, all you're doing there is documenting where you are, sight shots. You will never get anything paranormal on a picture. I have 3,000 pictures on my website. Not one single picture is paranormal. Nothing. Zero. Zip. Niche. No.
If you do,
it's like the Holy Grail. It's so easy to debunk. It's like Connect. I will give somebody. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll offer this right now. I will give you $100 if you could actually give me a piece of evidence using Connect that I can't debunk, because it's all crap. You know, look at my cute little oak barrel in the corner. It's talking to me. It's a little girl. It's short. Yes, because your oak barrel is 3 feet tall. It just makes me chuckle at shit. Like I watch these videos, and most investigators, a deepest investigator, will punch their computer screen.
That's why you have a new computer screen.
Now, I do think that certain things, like every audio recorder matters. Okay, we use Tascam. Okay, just a simple DRO5, run you about $1.50. We do. I went out and I got gadget stupid, right? And I bought. That's one of our things. That's our Zoom H5. That was at the time peak.
Yeah.
It's great. It's got parabolic mics. I could listen to somebody at the mall talking from here, and lowering and hiring certain elevating sound levels and one more shout out, because teams don't shout out to us all that much, but I'm going to shout out to them. Cops.
Yeah.
When you're doing their audio and they actually keep the headphones on. We never did that before we investigated with the guys from Cops.
Yeah, we're big dummies and we walk around like, oh my God, that's cool.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Leaving the headphones on, you definitely get a different feeling. We don't always do it now. Actually, sometimes in the last little while, we've been just putting the recorder down. But it's
nice to have somebody who's just listening.
Yeah, definitely. If we have somebody who could just do audio, that's good. It's a great feeling. So I will give credits out there to people that teach us stuff. Our scientific methodology, or pseudo-scientific methodology. I won't say scientific because we know what that'll be.
Yeah.
Honestly, CPRI, the guys from down in Virginia, like completely educated us to the stupid norms about process and all that. I left Virginia and it was like, we're not doing anything on an investigation. For 15 years I've been like going, right? And but then I'm like, I couldn't do it that way because it's too refined. But I get it. It has its place. I love working with other teams because I always pick up something that they do and go, shit, man, that's really cool. Or they have a lot of fun doing it. And I will give you that.
What are you giving them?
No, I'm just reading what Ron wrote. Yeah, I was in rough shape that day at Picton, buddy. And I was in rough shape when we did the investigation in Brantford, too. I'm getting a little better now, but we're going to probably still take a couple months. I'm still taking a couple months off of my health. I got to see some new specialists this month. For anybody who doesn't know, yes, I haven't been on investigations in a couple months. I've got... Here down is shot to rat shit right now, and I'm having to see people. I've lost like 50 pounds in the last 5 months, which is good. I'm going to the gym every day. That's great. Yeah. But I eat like a pie plate full of food a day, so I don't eat solid food anymore, and so all that sucks. I've backed off. Everybody's like, "Oh, you quit." I've backed off of investigations to the integrity of the investigation is what matters, right? Not having me there, as beautiful as I am.
I know.
And as funny and charming.
You're the looks of the team.
Damn, I am the looks, the personality. I am the damn team. The rest of you are just sponges that walk around.
Sponges or sponges?
No, I said sponge. So, I did take it for health reasons. But CHAPS is very much there. I am very much watching every team out there, okay? I still have my opinions about you. There are a lot of crap teams, and I have no problem talking about you either. You know what? Integrity is everything. Battery packs, 100% right. Batteries, you know, like you're buying the extra large batteries. Okay, so you did that. You're chuckling. I know. Okay, so up and down, mother. I was grabbing a saying it was a K2, but it was a two-way radio. Okay. EMF. Don't ever base the case off EMF. Ever. Okay. EMF is great as maybe a debunking tool. Look, this is K2. Everybody has K2. Yeah, you know, it makes things go up and down. People like the visual stuff.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I like K2 now if you're doing a solo.
It gives you something
and not for proof. Just for like, if I'm sitting there and it goes red, I might be inspired to ask a question. You know what I mean?
Or continue down a certain line.
Yeah, sure. Why not, right? You know what I mean? K2 is a barometer. I invested a couple $100. I haven't even used this yet. Actually, Chris Goring, who used to be with us, borrowed this and measured somebody's farmhouse a few weeks ago. I saw him today.
Measured their farmhouse?
Like,
because he's an electrician, or?
I don't know.
Just for fun. Just like...
He walked around his house and measured it with a key. So this is a tri-field. You guys... Shit, now we're going to get with that stupid shit. I can't get it so you can see it. It's got a digital screen. You guys have seen it. Remember in the original show, it was yellow and it made that... Is that noise? Not very good. This is the digital version of that very same thing. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to buy the old version if I can buy the new version. Our investigator, Shannon Cowan, at Wildwood had her millimeter and she dropped it.
Oh, and I remember her saying that.
So this was $300 and a millimeter was $300. And I'm like, this is more of a diagnostic device.
That's cool.
So I'm going to go with what's not designed. This is not designed for ghost hunting. Ghost hunting tools suck. Look, Obulus sucks. SB7 sucks. Okay? Anything that's made for ghost hunting sucks. It really are, because they're designed with algorithms that are to do what we're doing.
Yeah, to give you the results that you want.
Absolutely. But the problem is that if you're using shit that is going to give you immediate results every single investigation, if you're getting results every investigation, people may think, well, you're an amazing team.
Or they may think, bullshit.
Meh. You know what? Nope. You don't really get that much results. Investigating, though passionate, amazing, I love it, is not exciting.
No.
It's just not an exciting thing to do.
No.
You know, that's why people join investigative teams and say, I want to be an investigator. And then they become an investigator. And then basically... you
never see them again.
You never see them again? They stop coming to investigations? I've been going into old stuff, like I'm working with analog now. Do you remember these? You probably don't because you're young.
What is it?
That's from your classroom, right? You know?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Do you know how much these things are still like $800 online?
What?
Yeah, because it's
they're rare.
Well, it's a professional one, I guess. But I'm working with analog. I've got an old television set. I'm not picking that thing up because I'm too old and fat. But I'm working with the old, old analog, the things that got people into it. I'm not thinking it's going to work. You know what? Tarot cards. Yeah, I'm going to work with tarot cards. Do you know why? Because I want to see if I can give 5 people readings and then track it for a period of a year and see, just to see. As an investigator, one of the things I think people do is they get this high and mighty shit like, oh, you can't do that because... I use SB7 because it's too fallible and it annoys the shit out of me. I don't use Obulus for the same reason.
Yeah.
Something like that, it's like, okay. It's like, Art Bell did this in the 60s, with CIA. Where it came to, you're in another room, I'm in another room, let's both draw the same stuff. I'm going to do a lot of that stuff this year. That's paranormal. All right, but because you want to see happenstance and all that if it really happens, and why. Let's play with this kind of stuff.
There used to be a kids show on like Nickelodeon or something. It was called Mystery Hunters.
Yeah.
And they did like a lot of stuff like that.
Well,
I used to love
kind of like what I want to play with because we do paranormal, but what we do is ghosts, and I want to do that kind of stuff because it's like, I'm not saying I'm going to tell somebody's fortune and they can go on it. All I want to do is I want to play it like let's as a gaff, see how many times it comes. Is there any kind of incognition that's happening? Other equipment. Let's have a look. My other bag over here. They got the Kinect in here. I'm not going to pull that out. I actually like the Kinect. I think it's kind of cool. The Kinect does exactly what it's supposed to do.
Search for things.
Right, and I'm hoping that one day, and if you watch my podcast on the Kinect, you'll see what I meant. One day, maybe I will. I don't know. Boo Bear.
He sleeps with this every night.
Yeah, that's $170 of. I think I spent too much money. Actually, I guarantee I do. However, the one investigation where the kid, there was a child that was killed there.
Oh, yeah.
The one thing about Boo Bear, if you're using Boo Bear and you're in a room, so if me and Sydney are in the room right now, you see Boo Bear.
We are.
Hi, Boo Bear. All right, and you're, I'm talking, or whatever it says in its creepy little freaky voice.
Yeah.
It's not talking to you. It's not the ghost. It's just pre-prescribed. All it is when you leave the room, you leave it there. It's supposed to act as an absent investigator.
It has pre-recorded phrases.
And it's got sensors so that if it says it's getting cold or whatever, it's meant for you not to be in the room.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a bit of an expensive little toy, frankly. I think I paid too much for it, but it was one of those times when I got hooked. I was like, oh shit, I want to have one of those. Actually, I don't think it was me. I think it was somebody else on my team there. EDI. We actually grabbed one of these because Cops had one and I really liked it.
We were jealous.
It's a data recorder. That's all. And it's not meant to be walked around with. People that are holding it like this, it's not doing its job. You set it where it is, where there's a claim. Much is the same as like your Kinect. Leave the Kinect alone in a room without people, and it won't try to pick up on you.
Exactly.
There's things that you do in absence. That's one of them. EDI is one of those tools. It's the same as when people use the Kinect, but they're walking around with it, the mobile. I know there are people that I like very much that do that. I disagree very much with that methodology.
I think if you're going to use the Kinect, you also have to set up like a camera beside it so you can see
you gotta,
the room.
Sure.
Because then if the Kinect picks up something and then you look at the other camera, then you see that it's just like the door frame.
Yeah. If we have a Kinect pointed back towards the drapes back there, it's going to...
There's going to be a tiny person dancing.
Yeah, sure. Because it's picking up on the little nuances of the drape.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. So, here's where I got all fandom. I was watching an episode of Paranormal Lockdown. Ben Hansen was on that episode. Ben's a great guy. Ben and I have chatted a number of times. And I saw these light panels. And I was like, oh shit, I want those. Because you could make them in a grid. You could put like 50 of them together, like Lego. And the whole room will light up. It's basically a super K2. If IR, and then we saw some of the dangers of it. IR hits it, temperature change, like they'll go off, right?
Yeah.
It's again one of those things that you can buy. It does its job.
Yeah.
It does exactly what it's supposed to do. Yeah. You can't say it's a piece of shit. It's not. It's a really good device. But it was really hyped up on the show, and now that I know what sets it off, I'm like, oh,
I know,
all somebody had to do was just move a camera like this, and it would go off. Oh, and even Ben was like, Dave says, don't tell the company that you're buying it from who you are.
Oh, really?
Because they won't sell it to you. It's just for educational kids' toys.
What do you mean?
So, this is what we're talking about. Some people have seen this used. I'm not going to plug it in because it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Old and fat. Okay, so I bought a couple of these. All right, and you've probably seen these in some of our videos. This is basically a circuit board. That's it, right? With some lights in it and with some sensors. Really, really good sensors. You can watch a number of our videos. Oh my God, it's falling apart too. So I paid, oh my God, because it's got nothing to do with what we do, but I paid $299 US per panel, and then it was like $49 US for shipping. Ooh. And then when it came to Canada, because of our wonderful, I paid duties of like $70 to
Oh.
pick it up. And then UPS jammed me with like an extra $30 because, oh my God, it ended up costing me about $600 Canadian for 2 panels. And, you know, and then you got to like have a special case for them because they're so brittle. So of all of our equipment, if I could get my money back on it, I'd sell those.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to put them down because somebody will step on them.
I know. Yeah, they're scary to use.
But they're also something to use when you're not there and you've got a camera running. Because everything, when we learned, like if we have the IR booms on a video camera, you turn around, they sweep across that'll go off.
Lights up.
It lights up like somebody's there. So you also can't have a night shot camera facing it.
No, but if you just had like
if the
light
action
shot
camera,
off, so it was just like a black room.
yeah,
and then
exactly,
you
and
saw
then you'd see the
something
lights go, it'd be okay. But like, again, that's like Kinect, so it's going to be the 1 in 65. Sorry, can't build damn thing, still can't find anything.
What?
Ron's the one that built the Kinect for us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. No, it's an awesome device. I love it.
I like using it. It's fun. It's just, it gives a lot of false positives.
But that's what it's supposed to do in essence.
It's working.
It's working.
Doing exactly what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
But if people are reading it the wrong way, then
right.
There's something you can do.
It's like, yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah. Which we've seen, and that's the vast majority of people that are on shows out there now do that. And Zach Baggins uses all those stupid things on the same damn show, and people just eat it up. It drives me bonkers.
It's hard because people like it and they're obviously doing well.
Oh,
so you can only bash it because you know the truth behind it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I'm not rich. I'll never make any money doing this.
No.
I enjoy what we do, though I want to get that back.
Yeah.
And it's harder to find people now. It's a lot harder to find people now to do it because
I think it's like falling off the radar.
Well, yeah, because the shows aren't a big deal anymore, right? And the only shows that are out there, like, you know, the only teams that are out there that are like getting overly popular are those teams, right?
And then they meet us and they're like, oh.
Yeah. And then you know, it is what it is. One of the things we should be doing as teams, I don't know what you want to consider us, non-celebrity teams. We should be hopefully working with each other and learning off each other. There's definitely things like I've worked with pretty much everybody who's here on the wall at some point in time. And you know what? There's guys out there that I've hopefully they've learned from me and I've learned from them. But there's definitely the things that they've done that I've been like, I'm not crazy about that. I'm not crazy about that. Like, you know, the guys in Cops, I know that they have the mobile. We're just talking about it. SLS, STS, Connect, whatever it is you want to call it.
Yeah.
They have the mobile.
Oh, really?
And I don't care for it. Some people out there use the SB7. They love it. I won't allow it on my investigations. To each his own. As long as you're having integrity and you're backing up your claims and you're not charging people. If you're charging people, then you're a piece of shit and I don't talk to you. Simple as that.
Yeah. I wouldn't pay somebody.
You know what I like when they get, and this is going to be my last little foray because we're actually at the end of our schedule and we're over an hour. We said we were going to keep it an hour.
Hour 3 minutes. Go quick.
Okay, so don't do the shit like everything is free of charge, although donations are graciously accepted, and then state that a couple more times. We know that. Okay.
I also like when people make coffee.
Clean your house.
Yeah.
Have some treats. We've had some great spreads put out for us.
Remember the people who got us a cake?
Yes. Oh, that was Home Hardware down in Port Dover.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we were like rock stars. Here, you take a picture with them.
We came in, people were clapping.
Oh,
there was a guy in the back yelling.
It was strange. They were all having taking pictures with us, taking turns. We really felt like a celebrity down there.
No.
But they put on a great spread at a barbecue. That's awesome. Right?
I mean, you don't have to.
You want to do that, but if you want to believe in a snack or make coffee, totally cool.
I know.
But and donations. Okay, look, every team will accept a donation. All right.
Mm-hmm.
If you went up and threw $20 in an envelope and shoved it in somebody's bag, they're not going to say don't. I probably would deny the client, but like you're going to throw it in the tank anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
But you don't need to say we'll take a donation.
No, that's so awkward.
That's such a veiled way of saying give us money.
Yeah.
It's
Especially
happened.
when you're in somebody's house. That's not cool.
I'm glad
It's
that
bad
in
for
15 years of investigating, it's happened to us like twice. So, but more than 100 times we've had people, order pizza. That's totally cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's totally cool. We probably arrived with Tim Hortons, but we're going to need more coffee.
I'm going to need a fill up.
Yeah. So if you want to make coffee, we've had like
I didn't drink coffee when I started this team, and then ended up starting to drink coffee after a while.
That's amazing.
I know. You guys
So
broke me down.
we're better for you.
Yes.
So with that, folks, I hope this was a good one. It was number 20. We wanted to cover a whole bunch of stuff. If you didn't like our opinions, piss on you.
Bye.
But if you do like our opinions,
Come back.
come back.
Mm-hmm.
Follow us. We are Chaps Paranormal on Instagram. Everything that there is out there, social media, we're at Chaps Paranormal. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm actually just not good at this to put them all on the screen.
Oh.
Look over
It
here.
would just be a bunch of the same things, but the URL.
Look, I can't even point at the right side. I'm at the left-hand side of the screen, but it's your right.
Wow.
Oh.
Camera
Wait,
magic.
I can't find where I put it. Wait, there. That's where I would put them all, but I don't know how to do it.
Oh.
So if you go on Twitter, if you go on Facebook, if you go on Instagram, or not on MySpace.
Tinder. Grinder.
Could be on Tinder and Grindr. Don't tell Sandy that. Okay.
She'll never see those.
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah. So we're everywhere to go there and enjoy it. Don't take yourself too seriously. Have a good new year. I hope everybody gets healthy. I want health for everybody now.
Yes.
And namely me. That's my health.
Yeah.
Is what matters now. So everybody out there, you can send a donation to Dave@chapsparanormal.ca.
What's that donation?
$500 each subscriber.
Dave's starting a GoFundMe.
Would be a GoFundMe, even though we have socialized healthcare in Canada.
Yeah.
But I'll use it
But
to
don't say that.
put gas in my car and pay for the parking fees.
Okay, bye.
What are we supposed to say now?
So long, farewell. Auf Wiedersehen, adieu.
You're old enough to have watched that movie.
That's one of my top 5 favorite movies.
Wow.
Mm.
The Sound of Music.
I love it.
Good Lord.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we gotta go.
We gotta go. Talk to you later,
Thanks,
folks.
bye.
Bye. I don't know if it's recording or not. It's not supposed to be. We're still live, though. We're still live.
Okay, there we go. We were so recording.
What's going on?